Welcome. Oh, you feel the electricity in this room. Welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to the Late Show, my friends, in here and out there. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see from the official bug, we are live right there following the State of the Union. I didn't know what to expect. These are always kind of rough with Trump. So just to smooth things out, right before the speech, I dropped an edible and strapped in. Just following Michelle Obama's advice. When they go low, we get high. Now, I'm joking. Obviously, I'm joking. It was incredibly long. In fact, tonight, Trump broke the record for the longest State of the Union address in history. Yeah. It went on so long that this was Senator John Ossoff at the beginning, and this is him after. Still kind of hot, though. Still kind of sexy. According to... I can appreciate. According to Trump's team, the official theme of the speech was America at 250, strong, prosperous, and respected. Though, if you have to say you're strong, prosperous, and respected, kind of feels like you're not. It's like getting an invite to Sheila's 50, single, happy, and absolutely loving menopause. Is it hot in here? It's hot in here. Let's punch a wall. Now, it might seem like having an official theme is kind of weird, but it turns out it's not the first. Remember, the first one, back in '94, was Clinton's. His theme was, I like big butts and I cannot lie. Turns out one of those was true. This speech was an important opportunity for Trump tonight because right now, his popularity is According to a recent CNN poll, his job approval rating among all adults is at 36%. Yeah. I think his fan is here. That one person up there. 36 still seems kind of high, though. I find it hard to believe Trump is more popular than the straight-to-VHS Aladdin sequel, Return of Jafar. I mean, that was the #1 movie among kids puking at home in 1994. One of the big stories tonight is who wasn't there. Roughly 50 Democratic members of the House and Senate plan to forego the speech. I wish we were one. I know, right? The folks who skipped included Senators Chris Murphy, Ed Markey, and Jeff Merkley, as well as Merk Manley, Mandy Merkin, Mork and Mindy, Marky Mark, and Meghan Markle, who was sitting Shiva for the late Billy Gidley. For Democrats who did attend, House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries urged his members in the chamber to not make a scene, an approach he dubbed silent defiance, which I believe is a bold rebrand of doing jack squat. As Martin Luther King once said, shh. Eventually, there's a lot of people coming, the cabinet comes in, the families come in, all that kind of stuff. Eventually, the president entered, looking a little tired, but his hair was nice and fluffy. Personally, I think he could have kept his head in the cotton candy machine a little bit longer. President started off with kind of a weird brag.
Our enemies are scared. Our military and police are stacked.
Our police are stacked. Our EMTs have asses that won't quit, and our firefighters are so hot the poles are begging them just to slide down. Grease me up. Trump honored the gold-winning men's U.S. hockey team, some great bunch of young guys, and made a special announcement about their goalie, Connor Hellebuyck.
I will soon be presenting Connor with our highest civilian honor, which we will be given and which has been given to many athletes over the years. It's called the highest civilian honor in our country.
It's the FIFA Hockey Prize for Ice Peace. I'm guessing because they're not scrolling my prompter here for some reason. One team of gold medal winners wasn't there because the U.S. women's hockey team declined Trump's invite to the State of the Union. Yeah. No show. Or as they say in hockey, puck no. The women actually got a better offer because, this is true, hip-hop legend Flavor Flav invited the team to party in Vegas. That is so nice, and it's really no surprise. Flav has long supported women's sports, even though he is most famous for supporting Flav, who is that again?
Boy.
Ask your parents. Then Trump went ahead and took credit for some stuff he had nothing to do with.
I'm also pleased to say that the next time the Olympic torch is lit, it will be here in America for the 2028 Olympics. We got the 2026 FIFA World Cup, so we have the World Cup and the Olympics coming, and that is exciting news.
Is he just doing this year's community calendar for all of America? Let's see, what else do we have? We have the FIFA World Cup. There's also FIFA pottery class down to the Kilmar Club. Come paint plates is a great first date. And then on March 20th, come on down to the New Rose Garden for a 4-meat chili cook-off featuring a secret 5th meat man. Trump then bragged about the new Trump accounts for kids, but insisted he did not pick that name.
And I didn't name it. I did not name that. Nobody believes me, but I did not name it. It was named by a very tall man.
Yes, it was named by a very tall man. There he is, standing in the corner. He wears a long black robe, holds a scythe, giant hourglass in one hand, and when he appears, your tongue tastes like ash, and whenever you blink, he's a little bit closer. Thank you, tall man. Thank you. Then, are you my son-in-law? Is this my son-in-law? Then, despite the high prices we all see at the grocery store, Trump bragged that he had lowered some prices.
The cost of chicken, butter, fruit.
Oh. That's my favorite, but I'm trying to be healthy, so I stick to, I can't believe it's not chicken, butter, fruits. He fooded some more.
Even beef, which was very high, is starting to come down significantly. We're getting it down. And soon you will see numbers that few people would think were possible. Nobody can believe when they see the kind of numbers.
Yes, no one can believe the numbers. I'm talking Threvin, 100 and Florp, thruple-de-double. Then Trump took a moment to sell drugs.
I'm also ending the wildly inflated cost of prescription drugs like has never happened before. Other presidents tried to do it, but they never could. They tried. Most didn't try, actually, but they tried.
I tried to understand what he said. I tried, but I couldn't. I tried, but actually, I didn't try, but I tried. He also made this refreshing admission.
I took prescription drugs.
Clearly not enough. Thank you, Joe. We can all go home now. Throughout his speech tonight, Trump showed remarkable flexibility for a man his age to toot his own horn.
In 1 year, we have lifted 2.4 million Americans, a record, off of food stamps.
Yes, he lifted 2.4 million people off of food stamps, in that he kicked 2.4 million people off of food stamps. So they're off of food, and now they're just eating stamps. Delicious flavors like blueberry, strawberry, and Bruce Lee. Now, if you've heard any Trump speech before, you'll notice there really wasn't much new material here. But then, in the middle of the speech, and this is true, the New York Times dropped a devastating actual headline, "Mr. Clean is retiring." Yet another powerful man brought down by the Epstein files. Guess I'll have to move my celebrity crush to the Green Giant. He honored many service members up in the gallery, as well he should. He awarded Purple Hearts and even Congressional Medals of Honor, one to a 100-year-old man. Democrats stood up to applaud all these heroes, because there are some moments even Trump can't ruin.
I've always wanted the Congressional Medal of Honor, but I was informed I'm not allowed to give it to myself.
Oh, my mistake. So close. Honoring our veterans and first responders aside, it was a dark speech, filled with divisive lies, and it's unlikely to win him much support with the voters who have grown disenchanted with the chaos and dysfunction of his second administration. But his was not the only speech tonight. The Democrats had several rallies across Washington, including one at the National Press Club. Let's check in with what the Democrats had to offer.
The Portland Frog Brigade!
Whoa. That edible was stronger than I thought. We got a great live show for you tonight. My guest is John Dickerson. But when we come back, meanwhile, join us, won't you?